Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
What's good, everyone? Welcome to another Live Wire Sports Media Update. All right, so this Clayton Clark Paige Bueckers comparison thing is, I guess you could say, still going. Everybody still wants to have some comparison to Caitlin Clark. We just heard First Take a week ago, a couple of days ago, talk about we should be talking about Juju the way we talk about Caitlin Clark. I mean, honestly, no, we shouldn't, because what has Juju has done to warrant that kind of conversation? Same thing. So this podcast called Club 520 podcast, these three guys that was on there, Jeff T and all of them, they was talking about Paige Bueckers, and I finally got to see somebody really say, "Hey, Paige Bueckers was nice before her injury, but she was never Caitlin Clark." And and it annoys me a little bit because people goes out here, people did go out here and they talk about, oh well, Paige was Caitlin before Caitlin. Paige was never Caitlin before Caitlin. Caitlin always been Caitlin. Even when they played in ALU and they played in US Olympic, are they U19 in the Olympics? They, yeah, Paige was the favorite because, you know, she went to UConn, was going to UConn, whatever the case might be. But Caitlin was different. She was a different breed. She went through the hard work and dedication. But let's not get it twisted. Paige was never Caitlin. Caitlin was Paige was never Caitlin before Caitlin became Caitlin, if that makes any logic scenario. But I just get tired of hearing people say that. People always go say, "Well, Paige was Caitlin before Caitlin." How somebody could be Caitlin before Caitlin could be Caitlin? First of all, for all of the Paige to be Caitlin, you got to look at all around game. The one thing I say Paige has over Caitlin is because Paige has a better field goal percentage because of her efficiency. She doesn't take a lot of high volume 2 point shots. She pick and choose how she get her points. That's the thing. If Paige was a volume scorer, like constantly volume scorer, her her field goal percentage would dip a little bit. Same thing with her 3 point field goals. If she took a high clip 3 point field goals like Caitlin Clark does, her field goal was percentage was go down. So those are two areas that she has better than Caitlin. When it comes to rebounding, she's not a better rebounder than Caitlin. When she assists, she's not a better assist. She's not a better scorer than Caitlin. Caitlin could score in many different ways. And people keep, and this is why I say, I I look at Paige Bueckers, and this is not saying I don't like Paige at all. I think she's a basketball player, a good talent. Excuse me, a good talent. But I don't think she's Caitlin at all. She's not better than Caitlin at all. You know, I mean, if you look at what's going on in the NCAA game right now, the best player in the country to me is Hannah Hidalgo. Hannah Hidalgo is what, 5'11", I think, or shorter. And her game mirrors more of Caitlin Clark's game than Paige's game. If they're trying to say Paige was Caitlin before Caitlin, Hannah Hidalgo game mirrors more Caitlin. She's shorter than Caitlin. You can imagine if Hannah Hidalgo was a little bit taller, how identical their game probably was. Hannah could shoot the three. She could shoot the mid range. She could pass. She could rebound for her size. Now people say, well, oh, she's not. She's gonna have trouble when she get in the W. You look at all the short women that's in the W and still have some success. that analogy doesn't work. When you're a baller, you're a baller. But anyway, back to Paige and Caitlin. I did a little digging, especially when it came down to comparisons. And Caitlin's statistically better than Paige. And there's nothing wrong with that. But everybody wants to make out that hey, Caitlin is not nice. Paige is better than her. You know, when it would I think when they only played each other twice. They only played each other twice. And Paige beat Caitlin in the Sweet 16. And then Caitlin beat her a year ago to go to the championship and played South Carolina. Now both of them played South Carolina in the championship, and both of them lost to South Carolina. So both of them has been to the national championship. Now, to be honest with you, UConn is not going to win it. They're not going to win the national championship. Because they're not going to beat a UCLA team. I don't think they'll beat USC again. They definitely ain't going to beat UConn, and they definitely not going to beat South Carolina, and maybe not Texas either. I'm just saying UConn is not that good of a team. You know what I'm saying? And Paige probably will be the first UConn player to come out. Well, I won't say the first because Aaliyah Edwards came out of there and she hasn't won a national championship, but nobody really talks about Aaliyah Edwards like that. But Paige, being the number one pick, she probably gonna be the first number one pick, and that's probably get drafted in the hasn't won a WNBA title. So, I mean, not a WNBA title, but a college championship. So that's still something that we look at, about her legacy, because are they gonna hold the same energy to Paige like they did Caitlin? Say, well, she can't be amongst one of the greats because she hasn't won a title. You know what I'm saying? If Paige doesn't win a title this year, a championship this year, how you gonna hold the same standard? Can you hold the same standard for her? But anyway, before I even get even deep into this, I'm gonna let you listen to this podcast of what they had to say, because honestly, I agree with what they're saying. It's nothing wrong saying, hey, Paige is a great athlete, but just to make excuses for her and think she was better than Caitlin, nah, she wasn't.
How y'all feel about Paige? Because I have a different take about Paige. I think she's nice, of course, but I haven't been as high with her as everybody else is.
Nah, I think she got hurt. I think that kind of hurt her a little bit when she tore her ACL. Mm-hmm. I think that just set her back. Like she was super cold before she got hurt, but now I think she good. But I don't think she Juju, and I don't think she Caitlin. And at one point, I used to think she was better than Caitlin.
And that's where my conversation I used to stem from, was like, people are just like, Paige, and I'm like, no, I just hate Caitlin. I'm like, she's nice. Don't get it fucked up. No disrespect. She's cold, Nike athlete, elite for sure. Obviously, the injuries are set back. She'll be back fine when she gets to W for sure. But she ain't Caitlin. Yeah, I don't think she ever was.
No, I just seen Caitlin do a lot more with less.
Yeah, I seen her against Enrique now. That's different, bro.
Because you put CC on them UConn squiddies, they're definitely going to that championship.
Back undefeated again every year.
I have to agree with these gentlemen because, to be honest, like the gentleman said, they seen Caitlin against Enrique. That's just different. See, the thing about Paige, she's going to have to show that she's that person. She's going to have to play against a player like, she don't have to play against Enrique because they'd be teammates. But when you're going to have to go against Diane Taurasi, when Diane Taurasi is going to try to foul you up, when you're going to have to play against somebody like Minnesota, you're going to have to play against a Jackie Young that's physical. You're going to have to play against a Kennedy Carter that's quick, fast, that can get up in you. You know what I'm saying? And Paige, and I look at their bio. Caitlin Clark, they both the same height, but Paige has her wingspan is longer, but she doesn't weigh more than Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, if the bio is correct, because Caitlin has put on muscle now, she weighs 154 by her bio. Paige weighs 141. That is 11 pounds more. That's a whole 11 pounds different. plus the muscle that Caitlin has put on. So she's probably could be up to close to 160. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But she could probably get muscle without losing, keeping her weight maintained. She's just gonna be a little bit stronger. That's something Paige gonna have to work with coming into the league. You know what I'm saying? And the way she's playing now at college, to me, she already got her coach criticizing her game, saying she's too passive or this or that. Everything is going through Sarah Strong right now. You know what I'm saying? Paige, to me, she's going to play aside Rike and say, talk to them. She's not going to get the shots that she thinks she's going to get the shots. She's going to be that distributor, more of a distributor. If she went to a team like LA Sparks, I think she'll be better because she'll be able to score, pass, and score, play sound defense. But the thing about it is that Paige gonna have to put on weight because she's going to get knocked around. When you play in teams that play a little physical, like the Connecticut Sun, you trust me, a Dejanay Carrington, a Marina Mabry, Alyssa Thomas, they all gonna get physical with you. They don't care who you is. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get physical with you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna rough you up. They're gonna get you shook. They tried that with Caitlin Clark in the beginning, but Caitlin never navigate through all of that. She navigated through all of that. She made sure that, hey, I'm going to, Caitlin. And the difference is nobody shoots like Caitlin in the league besides Sabrina Nestor. You know what I'm saying? They're the two only people that really shoot deep from outside like that. Statistical standpoint, if you look at Caitlin Clark versus Paige Bueckers in 2021, 30 games, 29 games, Caitlin had 799 points to 581. Points per game, Caitlin was averaging almost 30 points a game. Paige was only averaging 20. Field goals game, Caitlin with 266, Paige with 222. Field goal percentage, Paige had her with 524 to 472. 3-pointers, Caitlin almost double that, 116 to 164. Field goal percentage, that's why I say Paige doesn't take a lot of threes, but the threes that she takes is sufficient enough for her 3-point field goal percentage to be up, which was 464 to 406. Free throw attempts, Caitlin she stayed at the line. She had 151 to Paige 73. And that's another thing. People keep saying Caitlin can't go, only could go one way. But there has nobody been in the league in the W this year could stop her from going one way. And she gets there. How will Paige handle getting there and getting knocked on her tail, getting knocked around? She hasn't been knocked around in college. Like I said, she's an itty bitty child. You know what I'm saying? And I do want her to have some success in the W, but she's going, to be honest with you, I know that they're going to hype her up to win Rookie of the Year, but I'm going to tell you this. If Olivia Miles goes to LA, Olivia Miles is going to be Rookie of the Year. I'll put everything on that. Olivia Miles will be Rookie of the Year. Because see, the thing about it is, Paige she's going to have to be on the level where Cece was. Cece was scoring. Cece was rebounding. She was stealing. She would block shots. She had everything. Paige going to have outstanding games. And if Paige start off slow and Olivia Miles start out the gate playing, assisting, scoring points, hitting threes, and most likely Olivia Miles most likely is going to start for LA. I guarantee you that she's going to start. You got Kiki, you know what I'm saying? She could be a force. I don't see Chicago picking her because that'd be dumb to pick her, you know what I'm saying, and cap her on the bench. she might go to the next team. Yeah. So there are gonna be a lot of players. There gonna be a Laura Betts that's gonna get picked up. That could be pose a threat. You know what I'm saying? That could get starter minutes. There could be Aja. It could be so many different players. I don't think the rookie of the year of this class is going to be a little bit more tighter than it was last year. Caitlin was by far the runaway favorite, easily. I think if Cam didn't get hurt, I think Cam would have been the second run up to her, and I think Angel Reese would have been third. Caitlin would have been like I said, she should have been unanimous. But and just to go to show you, now if you look at Caitlin versus Paige in 2023 to 2024, that's what Caitlin Clark, last year in college. Caitlin pretty much had more points than her by 1,183 to 747. Caitlin was averaging 10 points more than her that year. So Paige's points production only went up by 2. She had 20 that year, the previous year, and she only had 22 this year. Caitlin went up from 26 to 32 that year. Caitlin field goal percentage also went up that year, 386 to 279. Field goal percentage, based by even, Paige had that. Paige had more steals than her by 10, 76 to 66 that year. And Caitlin's steals per game went up more because Paige only, her steals went up like 10 more and Caitlin's own went up by actually a whole lot. You know what I'm saying, from 38 to 66. When you think about it, free throws, Caitlin better than her free throws. Rebounding, Caitlin had more rebounds than her. Rebounds per game, Caitlin was averaging 7.3 rebounds a game to Paige 5. So this is where I keep trying to explain it to y'all. Caitlin and her is same height, but Caitlin is more aggressive to her in certain extent. Now, Paige might have a little bit better defense to her, but Caitlin ain't no slouch. You know what I'm saying? For her to get steals or rebounds, she's doing something. You know what I'm saying? She's doing something. Assists, we ain't even talk about that. We already know that's already double. So when they played in the tournament, the same thing. Paige was averaging, Caitlin was averaging 7 rebounds, Paige was averaging 9. Rebounds per game, Caitlin was 29 because Caitlin was doing more, a little bit more. Caitlin was averaging 10 assists a game. She had 40, Paige has 20. Steals, 13 to 8. Points, 129 to 112. So, and you got to think about it. Just like the guy said in the video, Caitlin done more with less. Because if you put Caitlin on that UConn team during the years where Paige was on there, they'll win a national championship. Caitlin would have had 2 national championships. But you got to think, Gino didn't want Caitlin at that time. You know what I'm saying? Now, would Caitlin game be what it is if she did play with UConn? I don't think so, because Gino would have tried to handicap her. So it was beneficial. I think Kim Mulkey, I think Don Staley would have loved having somebody like Caitlin Clark. You know why? Because it would have made their whole team better. UConn wouldn't have did that. Even if Caitlin had went to Stanford with Cam Brink, Stanford would have won the title. You know what I'm saying? So Caitlin is, everybody has said it, Caitlin is a gravity magnetic. She draws people in. She does everything that they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Paige, she's more like a Richard Hamilton type player. You know what I'm saying? Because she runs around, she gives her streak, she hits the mid-range, and she shoots her mid-range really nice. So she got a nice mid-range game. But if you shut that mid-range game down, what else can she do? You're not going to expect for her to shoot threes all day. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take on it, man. Me personally, Caitlin Clark don't have no competition, period. It's nice that everybody wants to tag Caitlin. Who's the next Caitlin? Who's better than Caitlin? Caitlin versus this person. We already got the Caitlin versus Angel Reese. We already got the Caitlin versus Angel Wilson. Now we got the Caitlin versus Paige. Now we got the Caitlin versus Juju. They trying to find somebody to rival Caitlin Clark when there ain't no rival. It's a good talking point, but there's no rivalry. Caitlin she's like Michael Jordan. She doesn't have a rival. Her only rival is herself. That's it. Her only rival is herself. Like, so that's my take on it. You tell me what you think. At the end of the day, like I said, it's just talking points at this point. So this Caitlin Clark statistics from college to now is going to. Paige is never going to do what Caitlin Clark did this year. She's not going to break 70 records. She's not. And like I said, I got my bet on Olivia Miles winning the Rookie of the Year. That's just my bet. But we already know the league is trying to push Paige as much as she can. They're going to push Paige. They're going to, trust me, we're going to see some stat padding. Trust me, we're going to see some stat padding for real. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Until the next episode, I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.